The moment Bruno Mars pressed release on his latest project, The Romantic, something unexpected happened. The spotlight didn't stay on the music. It shifted, fast and intensely, toward one name, Jessica Caban. And now, fans across the world are asking the same question. What changed, and why does this feel bigger than just an album? Before we go deeper, make sure you hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more breaking celebrity stories that everyone is talking about right now. Because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see this entire situation. Within hours of The Romantic going live, social media platforms exploded. Search trends for Bruno Mars' new album meaning, Jessica Caban relationship 2026, and The Romantic hidden messages skyrocketed. Fans weren't just listening, they were decoding. Every lyric, every pause, every emotional shift inside the album suddenly felt like a clue pointing towards something personal. And at the center of it all, Jessica Caban. For years, the relationship between Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban has been one of the most low-key yet admired love stories in the entertainment world. No constant headlines, no dramatic public statements, just quiet appearances and rare glimpses that kept fans intrigued. But The Romantic changed that narrative overnight. Listeners began highlighting specific lines, lyrics about distance, longing, emotional disconnect, and even subtle hints of reconciliation. While Bruno Mars has not publicly confirmed any direct inspiration, the emotional weight of the album has led fans to draw their own conclusions. And those conclusions, they all circle back to Jessica Caban. Then came the pattern shift. Suddenly, fan theories started trending. TikTok edits comparing past appearances of the couple with lines from the album began going viral. Twitter threads broke down entire songs, linking them to moments from their relationship timeline. Even older interviews resurfaced, with fans analyzing Bruno Mars' words in a completely new light. But here's where things get even more intense. Midway through the album, there's a noticeable tonal shift. Songs that move from smooth romance into something deeper, heavier, almost unresolved. And this is where speculation reached another level. Fans began asking, is this album telling a story we were never meant to fully understand? Because while some tracks feel like love letters, others feel like questions left unanswered. And that contrast is exactly what's fueling the mystery. Jessica Caban, who has largely stayed out of the public eye during this surge, has become the center of attention without saying a single word. No official response, no clarification, just silence. And in today's hyper-connected world, silence can be louder than any statement. Search volumes for her name have surged dramatically. Media outlets are now revisiting her career, her past interviews, her relationship timeline with Bruno Mars. Everything is being pulled back into focus. It's not just about the album anymore. It's about the story behind it. Then came the turning point. A specific track, one that fans are calling the emotional core of The Romantic, sparked the biggest reaction yet. Listeners claim it contains the most direct references, the most raw emotion, and possibly the clearest connection to Jessica Caban. Whether intentional or not, it has become the centerpiece of this entire conversation. And here's the payoff. What makes this situation so compelling isn't confirmation, it's interpretation. Bruno Mars has always been known for crafting music that feels deeply personal yet universally relatable. And with The Romantic, he may have created something even more powerful, a narrative that invites listeners to become part of the story. Jessica Caban's sudden rise back into the spotlight isn't driven by controversy. It's driven by curiosity. And curiosity is one of the strongest forces in modern media. People want to understand. They want to connect the dots. They want to feel like they're uncovering something real. But the truth is, only two people truly know the full story. And maybe that's exactly how it's meant to be. As the conversation continues to grow, one thing is certain: The Romantic is more than just an album. It's a cultural moment, a wave of emotion, speculation, and storytelling that has captured global attention and turned a private relationship into one of the most talked about topics right now. So what do you think? Is The Romantic really about Jessica Caban? Or are fans reading too much into the music? Drop your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like, and subscribe for more updates as this story continues to unfold. Because if there's one thing we've learned, this might only be the beginning. And just when the conversation seemed like it couldn't get any bigger, it did. Because fans didn't stop at the music, they started watching everything. Every movement, every appearance, every subtle detail connected to Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban suddenly became part of a much larger narrative. This wasn't just about songs anymore. This was about decoding a real-life story unfolding in real time. Online forums began tracking timelines. When was the last time they were seen together? When did Bruno start working on the romantic? Were there gaps? Were there signs we all missed? And then another shift. Fans noticed that some of the lyrics didn't just reflect romance. They hinted at transformation, growth, distance, even sacrifice. These aren't just random themes, they're deeply personal, and when an artist like Bruno Mars uses them, people pay attention. The energy online changed from curiosity to investigation. YouTube breakdown videos started pulling millions of views. Titles like "The Hidden Truth Behind the Romantic" and "Is Bruno Mars Telling His Real Love Story?" began trending. Influencers and music analysts joined the conversation, each offering their own interpretation, each adding fuel to the already growing fire. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some fans began defending Jessica Caban, pushing back against theories that painted her as the mystery problem behind the emotional weight of the album. They argued that the narrative was being unfairly shaped by assumptions, not facts. That maybe, just maybe, this album wasn't about conflict, but about complexity. Because real relationships aren't simple. And that idea started gaining traction. Suddenly, a new perspective emerged. What if the romantic isn't about a breakup, but about evolution? What if it's a reflection of a long-term relationship navigating time, pressure, fame, and personal growth? That changes everything. Because instead of a dramatic fall, the album becomes something deeper, a story of endurance, of love that doesn't always look perfect, but still exists underneath it all. And that's when the conversation reached a new level. Major entertainment pages began covering the story. Headlines questioning the meaning behind the album. Articles exploring the timeline of Bruno Mars and Jessica Caban's relationship. The speculation had officially crossed into mainstream media. But still, no confirmation, no interview, no statement, no explanation. And that silence kept the mystery alive. Then came another moment that caught everyone's attention. A resurfaced clip of Bruno Mars from a past interview began circulating again. In it, he talked about love, not as something easy, but as something that requires effort, patience, and understanding. At the time, it felt like a simple reflection. But now, in the context of the romantic, it feels different. Feels intentional. And fans noticed. Comments flooded in, connecting that old statement to the themes in the album. People started saying, "He's been telling us this all along." Others claimed this was proof that the album wasn't sudden. It was something that had been building over time. Piece by piece, the story kept expanding. Jessica Caban's past posts, appearances, and interviews were also being revisited. Fans looked for patterns, for emotional clues, for anything that could align with what they were hearing in the music. And while nothing definitive surfaced, the act of searching itself kept her at the center of attention. Because in today's digital world, attention is power. And right now, Jessica Caban has all of it. But here's the twist that not everyone saw coming. While the speculation continued to grow, a segment of fans began stepping back, questioning whether this level of analysis was crossing a line, asking whether turning someone's personal life into a global puzzle was fair. And that created tension within the fan base. On one side, those who wanted answers, who believed the album was meant to be decoded, analyzed, understood. On the other, those who believed some stories aren't meant to be fully revealed. That maybe the beauty of the romantic lies in its ambiguity. And honestly, both sides have a point. Because Bruno Mars has always mastered the art of balance. Giving just enough emotion to connect, but never enough to fully expose. It's part of what makes his music timeless. And with this album, he may have taken that approach even further, creating not just songs, but conversations, and conversations lead to engagement. Engagement leads to visibility, and visibility, that's exactly why this moment feels so massive. Search trends continue to climb, streams are increasing, discussions are everywhere, and at the center of it all remains one quiet, powerful presence: Jessica Caban. No interviews, no reactions, just presence through absence, which in a way makes everything even louder. So now the question isn't just, is this album about her? The question is, why does it feel like it matters so much? Maybe it's because people see themselves in the story, the uncertainty, the emotion, the unanswered questions. It's relatable in a way that goes beyond celebrity culture. Or maybe it's because we're all trying to find meaning in something that was never meant to have just one answer. Either way, this story isn't slowing down. If anything, it's just getting started. Because as more people discover the romantic, more interpretations will emerge. More theories will form. More connections will be made. And until something is confirmed or denied, the mystery will continue to grow. So stay locked in. Because the next detail, the next clue, the next unexpected moment could change everything again. Drop your thoughts right now. Do you think this is a real story hidden in music? Or just a powerful illusion created by one of the greatest artists of our time? And don't go anywhere, because this is far from over. And just when people thought every possible angle had already been explored, the narrative shifted again, this time in a way no one expected. Because now, it's not just fans driving the conversation. It's the industry itself starting to pay attention. Music insiders, critics, and cultural commentators have begun dissecting the romantic not only as a body of work, but as a strategic moment in Bruno Mars' career. And what they're pointing out adds an entirely new layer to the story surrounding Jessica Caban. This isn't just emotional storytelling. This might be intentional narrative design. Because think about it, Bruno Mars is not new to this level of attention. He understands timing. He understands impact. And most importantly, he understands how to create moments that last longer than a single release cycle. And the romantic is not behaving like a typical album. There are no loud explanations, no immediate interviews breaking everything down, no clear direction telling listeners what to think. Instead, there's space. Space for interpretation, speculation, and emotional projection. And that space is exactly what turned Jessica Caban into the center of attention. Because when people don't get answers, they start creating their own. And that's exactly